prisoner pretended to crouch down to tie his shoelaces. When the guards weren't looking, he grabs a bug from the ground and puts it in his pocket. During his work, he pulls out a hot piece of iron. After looking around to make sure no one saw him, he threw the bug on the hot iron. The worm was instantly charred. The prisoner poured out the worms. "Take it away with you." The scene shifts. Jack comes to the warden's resting place. While the warden was directing the work, crushed the burnt worm into the warden's glass of water. Then pretend to feel bad and say, "I need to go to the bathroom." The warden scolded him and said, "Go back quickly." Jack successfully found an excuse to go to the toilet. However, the warden never expected. Just for a short while, Jack had put something in his glass of water. The warden, as usual, he picked up the glass of water and drank it without hesitation. He didn't notice that the water in the glass was wrong. The very next second, he felt an upset stomach. Looking at so many prisoners in front of him, the warden thought about it and decided to go to the toilet first. As Jack expected, the warden also ran to the toilet. He unbuckled his belt and hung it on the door. The keychain on his belt was exposed. Jack came out quietly from the other toilet, took out the soap he had prepared, found the key to the infirmary, pressed him on it. After everything was done, Jack pretended to leave the toilet after he was done, and then he made a copy of the infirmary key during his work. The key to the escape was the infirmary. Just a day earlier, when he came to the infirmary to treat his wounds, he accidentally found 2 bottles of special medicine in the infirmary, Pietrel and Pantolene. If you mix these 2 drugs, they would show the symptoms of premature cardiac arrest, commonly known as fake death phenomenon. When the medical staff took him to the car and transported him, he got out of jail with no problem. But when Jack returned to his cell, things changed. One of his cellmates turned him in to the warden to reduce his sentence. He excitedly said to the warden, "In the morning when he was out of work, I saw Jack take the soap out with my own eyes. But the strange thing is that the soap didn't come back." The warden immediately questioned Jack. Jack could only say, "I didn't take the soap." The warden said, "If you don't get the soap out today, you're going to get beaten up. Take him to the lockup." It was about to be revealed. In the nick of time, another cellmate came to the rescue. He said, "I know where the soap is. I fell into the gutter last night when I was washing my face. If you don't believe me, I will take you to the gutter to find it." The warden said, "One of you must be lying. Then you will be punished by not being allowed to eat tomorrow." After the warden and the others left, the prisoner who told on you paid the price. The 2 men beat the cellmate to death. The warden went back to his office and thought more and more about what was wrong. He accidentally glanced at the keychain on his desk. One of the keys to the infirmary caught his eye. He picked it up and took a closer look. There was something strangely stuck to it. He got close enough to smell it. The smell was familiar. He got up and ran over to it, picked up the soap and took a deep sniff. It seemed to be the same smell. After comparing it with the key from the infirmary, he was sure it was soap. This meant that someone had touched his keys. But what he couldn't figure out was, why do you need the key to the infirmary? It was time for the next day's work. Jack was looking for a chance to get close to the infirmary. He humiliated this strong man in front of his fellow inmates. The man gave Jack a good beating, but this was part of Jack's plan, and for that the warden punished them. He said that from now on you would clean the office areas. The office, the infirmary, the warehouse. All the grounds outside these buildings must be cleaned. Jack got the chance to get close to the infirmary as he wanted. He pretended to clean near the infirmary. Then he found the right moment to open the infirmary door. Just then he was approached by the warden. Hearing the warden's voice, he felt like pulling out the
把手举起来。